answers. So a look at the new Yankee pitcher. Hard-throwing Felix Heredia, claimed off waivers from the Cincinnati Reds in late August by Brian Cashman. The Yankees bring their infield in with runners at second and third and one out. Damon 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
And the reason that the Yankees claimed Felix Heredia was to keep him away from the Boston Red Sox. And here he is pitching against the Red Sox.
You know, I think a lot of the moves that these teams made were just to block a guy from going to the other ball club, and this pitch wild inside, ball one. I know that the Yankees were interested in Sauerbeck and Williamson, and the Yankees, the Red Sox picked them up.
You can even go back to last winter when Bartolo Colon was diverted.
There's a swinging bunt, going home with it, and out at the plate is Trot Nixon. So Nixon had to run on it, and safe at first base is Johnny Damon. There are 2 outs now with runners at first and third.
When you have runners on at second and third and only 1 out and a 7-run lead, you make the defense take a chance. The worst that can happen is you have runners on at first and third and 2 outs, but in the process you tried to score a run. The Red Sox did it correctly right there. It was just an easy play for Heredia.
And you were talking about Bartolo Colon, who the Red Sox were blocked from getting because of a Yankee deal. Colon then beat the Yankees, and the Red Sox beat Colon this week.
Right, 2-1.
So how do you know? How can you figure?
Go figure.
Strike one to Todd Walker. 1 for 2 with a single and a sacrifice fly. 2 outs, runners at first and third. 7-0, and Heredia trying to close off this 6th inning, and a slow hit ground ball. Nick Johnson will make the play unassisted, and that will do it. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox 7-0.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamonds, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC. Create and direct your own TV commercial. Visit KFC.com.
Let's say this is you. Yeah, you're the king. But being the king isn't always easy. So, when you're with Allstate, you'll have over 50,000 professionals to help protect you. From claims adjusters who can help you fix a broken castle, to emergency assistants to ride to your rescue, to lawyers that go to court with you if you need them, and your Allstate agent who knows the moves to help you. Helping you, the king, feel protected. Just one more way you're in good hands with Allstate.
No matter where you are, with Verizon wireless phones from Radio Shack, you can take and send pictures instantly. Not that I'm going Hollywood or anything. So come to Radio Shack, your wireless phone headquarters.
Isn't that?
Now get a $50 Radio Shack mail-in rebate with 2-year annual agreement when you buy and activate the new LG VX6000 with built-in digital camera. Send pictures to other phones and any email address. Radio Shack.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Back at Yankee Stadium, and this week's clutch performance brought to you by Viagra is from Monday's Giants-Diamondbacks game. Hours after being released from a hospital, Barry Bonds is up with the bases loaded in the 9th inning of a scoreless game, and Bonds responds with a single up the middle off Mike Myers. 2-run score, and the Giants win 2-0 after that game-winning hit by Bonds. Now that's clutch. As Alfonso Soriano takes strike one from Tim Wakefield as we move to the 6th inning. The Red Sox leading 7-0 with 6 runs in the 4th inning, knocking out Roger Clemens. 1-1 to Soriano, who's 0 for 2 today. swing and a miss. Soriano has had success against Wakefield, although you wouldn't know it by his plate appearances this afternoon, coming in with a .313 average and 2 home runs as well. But Wakefield ahead on the count, 1-2. And this one lined into the crowd, out of play.
Last inning we talked about the knuckleball, and that it's really a misnomer. It's not held with the knuckles, but held with the fingertips. As you see right there, it's almost pushed to the plate, not thrown to the plate. When knuckleballers throw the knuckleball, it has a tendency to roll. So you talk to knuckleball pitchers, and it's a pushing movement with the fingers. You have to have very, very strong fingers to be effective and to have good control with it.
Line shot up the middle for a base hit, and Soriano aboards. So the Yankees are reaching Soriano. They had the 2-out double by Williams in the 4th and left 2 runners on base last inning, and now Soriano with a leadoff hit here in the 6th inning. So the Yankees and the Red Sox here in another important game in this series. The Red Sox climbing in. They were down by 7.5 games to the Yankees back on August 20th, and they are leading here 7-0. They won last night and are on their way to cutting the Yankee lead to 2.5 games and 3 in the loss column. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Johnson,
who may be the best hitter in the Yankee lineup right now with Derek Jeter out of there.
And in fact, there's the ball off the glove of Mirabelli, and that should go as a pass ball, sending Alfonso to Soriano to second base. So Soriano is on at second, the count 2-0, and the Red Sox, if they were to win today, would cut the lead to 1.5 games and 2 in the loss column. Too close to comfort for the Yankees, who have been in first place since June 11th. Nick Johnson. Fastball, a rare fastball from Wakefield, and it's 3-0.
That's a 13th pass ball on Doug Mirabelli this year, and we told you he only catches sparingly, catching only Tim Wakefield for the most part.
In for the strike, 3-1, so 2 straight fastballs to Nick Johnson.
That's why if you can guess fastball and get one on the inner part of the plate in Yankee Stadium with that short right field porch, you can park one out of here. It's an easy hitting situation for Johnson right here if he gets the fastball.
And ball 4, so a 1-out walk to Boone, first base on balls last inning, and now Hammond, or I should say Wakefield, walks Johnson, and runners are at first and second, nobody out. The Yankees trying to stage something here, and the pitching coach Dave Wallace sitting next to Grady Little. Bernie Williams, who doubled his last time up. Yankees have 3 hits, and for the second inning in a row have 2 runners on base. Ball, strike 1 to Williams. But it's a long hill for the Yankees to climb. 7-0 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and you said they need the 8 runners on base more than anything, and they've gotten that. 1-1 to Bernie Williams. Jason Giambi is on deck. They're the runners with Soriano at second. He singled, went to second on a pass ball, and then Nick Johnson walked. Tim Wakefield retired the first 11 batters he faced. Mike Timlin starts to throw, and a check swing, grounded to third. Miller steps on the bag, the throw to first for the double play. And you talk about misfortune, an excuse-me ground ball perfectly for the Red Sox, hit to Miller, who's just stepped on the bag, threw to first to double up Bernie Williams, and there are 2 out.
I think that was a fastball check swing on the inside part of the plate, and an easy double play, 5-3, and the Red Sox temporarily are out of major trouble. Yeah, that was a fastball. Check swing by Bernie Williams, sometimes a knuckleball pitcher, the element of surprise. And the Red Sox got what they wanted.
Jason Giambi taking ball 1 inside, and at this stage just erasing a base runner and getting it out is all the Red Sox need with a 7-0 advantage. Giambi is 0 for 2 now, 1 for his last 35 at the plate. Yankees have bullpen activity. Timlin, you know, is up for the Red Sox as Giambi takes 2-0. There's Mike Timlin. Red Sox have had to scramble with their bullpen. But Grady Little said, I'm not so sure that Byung-Hyun Kim would be my closer in this series. He knows the problems that he's had against the Yankees.
In this ballpark and at Fenway Park.
Right.
In this ballpark, of course, games 4 and 5 of the 2001 World Series. The game-tying 2-out, 2-run homers by Tino Martinez one night, Scott Brocious the next night. Certainly understand that.
Ball strike, as you saw Nick Johnson with the lead off of second. 3 balls and a strike now to Giambi. Scott Williamson has been effective, and Grady Little has kind of worked around that closer's role. Mostly it's been Kim, but others have come in as well. Here's the 3-1, and a knuckleball is in for a strike. Full count to Giambi with 2 out, runner at second. Yankees still looking for their first run of the game, trailing 7-0 here in the last of the 6th.
Yeah, Jason Giambi will not get the luxury of swinging at a fastball. He'll get the knuckler.
And swings and pops it up to shortstop. Garciaparra makes the catch to retire the side, and we will return to New York after a break from your local Fox station.
Parcells and the Cowboys take on a Falcon team with something to prove. Fox NFL Sunday returns tomorrow.
Hey gamers, Games Unlimited on Hammond Street in Bangor has everything you need for your ultimate gaming experience. Classic board games like chess, checkers, backgammon, and all of your favorite Milton Bradley games. Role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons, Star Wars, and Vampire. A complete line of Games Workshop models and paints. Collectible card games including Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lord of the Rings, and many more. Join us for in-store gaming in a clean, friendly, and family-oriented environment featuring Friday Night Magic and weekend tournaments. Games Unlimited, 499 Hammond Street in Bangor. Around the side of Radio City, it's the only game in town.
Banner Homes, the manufactured housing specialist, want to show you all that manufactured homes can be. Spacious double wides with fireplaces, family rooms, and kitchens with oak cabinets. Standard quality is reflected in 2x6 walls and thermal pane windows. Choose modulars from Al Benner's Maple Leaf Village. 14 and 16-foot wides and double wides. Whatever your choice, you'll find the best manufactured homes all in one convenient location. Al Benner Homes, Route 1A, Holden.
Auto is the little big dealer.
I want low monthly payments and no money down.
You got it. At the right numbers, will you drive this home today?
I sure will.
Perfect.
Sell it.
Woo!
That's how easy it is to do business here at Big East Auto at the Triangle in Newport.
Big East Auto is the little big dealer. Cars, trucks, minivans, SUVs, and so much more. For deals you can't find anywhere else, it's Big East Auto at the Triangle in Newport. 368-3332.
Double furniture at a comfortable price.
After 10 years of being in business, the Comfort Zone Furniture Store has closed its Brewer location. The Ellsworth Comfort Zone is heavily overstocked. This is the perfect opportunity to save on quality name brand furniture for every room in your home. Save on living room, bedroom, dining furniture, and much, much more. Come see why the Ellsworth Comfort Zone is Hancock County's best furniture value.
Come to the Comfort Zone.
Comfort Zone, located beside Jordan Snack Bar, Route 1, Hancock Road, Ellsworth.
You're watching the all-new Fox 22 Bangor.
On Fox Major League Baseball to Yankee Stadium in New York, Dick Stockton along with Tim McCarver. The Red Sox leading the Yankees 7-0. Moving into the 7th inning, Nomar Garciaparra facing the 4th Yankee pitcher of the day, Antonio Osuna. And the first pitch is outside for a ball. Garciaparra with a big 2-run homer in the 4th inning facing Osuna, who lost to the Toronto Blue Jays in his 41st appearance on Wednesday. Struggled in the month of August, but in 6 games against the Red Sox this year has an ERA of 1.93, and that's not bad. 2 balls and no strikes to Garciaparra, followed by Ramirez and Ortiz, and fouls it off 2-1.
Red Sox had a 1-0 lead in the 4th inning, and Nomar A 2-run home run on a fastball down and in from Roger Clemens. The second home run yielded by Clemens in this game.
94 runs batted in on the year for Garcia Parra. Came in tied for 9th in the American League in that category. And there's a fastball for a strike. Evens the count at 2-2. And there's Dave Wallace talking things over with Tim Wakefield in the Red Sox dugout. Nice to not have the heavy pressure, Tim, of a close game. The Red Sox leading by 7 runs. And a swing and a miss on the fastball, strike 3. Garcia Parra goes down for the first out.
It's always nice to stake any pitcher to a big lead like that. But if the Red Sox beat the Yankees here, they will have beaten them twice in a 24-hour period. And a chance to beat them the last time they faced the Yankees tomorrow. David Wells against Jeff Suppan tomorrow at Yankee Stadium.
Here is Manny Ramirez. Takes strike 1. Suppan, who was acquired to be that extra starter that the Red Sox needed, really hasn't gotten into form with Boston. Hasn't yet pitched as well as they'd like. Came over from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's the 0-1 pitch and, on the outside corner. And a couple of words Ramirez has for Paul Emmel, the home plate umpire.
The way both teams are playing right now, you would think the Red Sox had a 2.5 lead, not the New York Yankees. Yankee fans would deny that.
There's the 0-2 pitch, 1-2. So the Yankees are in first place, looking over their shoulder the way it appears.
I mean, who in the world would have thought after the Red Sox lost to Joe Torre's Yankees last Sunday at Fenway that they would come in on this Saturday and be 2.5 games behind the Yankees and ahead of them 7-0. I didn't.
No, and I don't think anyone did, because they said, well, you had your chance at Fenway.
Yeah, right.
You won the first, you lost the second game and the third
point.
game, and now they finished them off. And that was the general feeling, that
Sure.
the Yankees had finally finished off the Red Sox, as they have done so many times in the past. But I think the Monday game in Philadelphia was tremendous for Boston to win 13-9 on the Trot Nixon Grand Slam when it looked like all hope was lost. And then going to Chicago against the White Sox, a team that beat the Yankees, and then handling them in winning in those impressive fashion. 2-1 on home run, and then Osuna doing his number again, or I should say Ortiz doing his number again, hitting 2 home runs in the game. So, you know, it's the resiliency of this ball club. They just don't wilt.
Well, the Red Sox this year have the traits of the Yankees in past years. The Yankees in past years, their world championship teams in 96, 98, 9, and 2000. Then they lost to the Diamondbacks in 2001. And then last year, going in the first round to the Angels, as you said earlier. I mean, the Red Sox remind me right now of the Yankees with momentum over the past 7 years going into postseason. And one other thing to keep in mind, if the Red Sox catch the Yankees in the division, that means that the Yankees are at least not gaining ground on either Seattle or Oakland.
2-2 pitch fouled out. That is a great point, Tim, because people just assume, you know, that, well, the Yankees will be there and probably be the AL East champions. But now, with the Red Sox breathing down their backs, 2 down in the loss column after today, a great possibility and probability. And now you have to wonder, hey, what a scenario. Could the Yankees not be in postseason?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 weeks, everybody's talking about, everybody in New York's talking about postseason and getting your rotation set for postseason.
Well, the Yankees are used to it. They've been in first place on September 1st 35 times in the last 100 years, and 35 times they have finished first at the end of the year. So, you know, one thing the Yankees have not done is faltered in the last month of the year.
And another thing to keep in mind, we talked about it on the opening last week at Fenway. The Yankees have never, ever in their history blown a 6-game or more lead during the season. And you said earlier, the Yankees at one time had a 7.5-game lead against the Red Sox. So history certainly on the Yankees side, but the Red Sox aren't believing any of that history, nor reading it.
2-2 and 1 out, and Joe Torre aware of all of that as he sits in the dugout, and Ramirez with a good at-bat right now against Antonio Osuna. I mean, you would have thought, you know, the so-called momentum, which we know is the next day's starting pitcher in baseball, that the Yankees were going to sail perhaps after the 2 wins in Boston last week. And Brian Cashman, I'm sure, thought so, and George Steinbrenner as well. And the Red Sox would wilt. Instead, they went in reverse. Strike 3, called, third strike, and Ramirez is out. So that's the second strikeout of the inning. And right now, here's Jeannie Zelasco with a game break.
Well, while you are enjoying the battle in the East, how about the battle in the Central? The Twins looking to grab a very valuable win. Nothing the Rangers' Shane Spencer could do about it. That would be the final out of Minnesota. Twins take it 5-2. And in Chicago, the White Sox are mounting a comeback. Paul Konerko leads off the 6th with a solo home run, his 17th of the season. Got a tie ball game, top 7.
Well, the White Sox still alive, but right now the Twins have a 1/2 game lead in the division. Here's David Ortiz. Called first strike to him. He is 0 for 3, reached on an error. But it was a big error back in the 4th inning on a line shot off the glove of Enrique Wilson, the shortstop. And that opened the gates to the Red Sox eventually getting 6 runs in the inning. Off-speed pitch grounded to Nick Johnson. They'll make the play unassisted, and that'll do it. So in the middle of the 7th inning at Yankee Stadium, the Red Sox have owned this game to the tune of 7-0.
You know what you never see in car commercials? Real cars. Cars that have been around the block a few times. The kinds of cars that need Castrol GTX high mileage. Specially engineered to protect against oil burn-off better than other leading motor oils. Castrol GTX high mileage. It helps older cars feel young again.
16 million people will come to WebMD this month. Some will learn about a condition or a diagnosis. Others will chat with experts. Many will simply decide when to visit a doctor. We'll help them all to navigate WebMD's wealth of medically reviewed information to find exactly what they need. Americans may have thousands of different questions about their health, but now they have a single place to find the answers.
Hi, I'd like a cheeseburger.
Anything on that?
Actually, a cheeseburger. Is that weird?
No.
Thanks.
You want another cheeseburger on top of that one?
I like the way you think.
Love cheeseburgers. Now for under $3, you can get a fire-grilled meal at Burger King. The best burgers are fire-grilled. And now 3 cheeseburger meals, single, double, or even triple with fries and a Coke, are each under $3.
I think I'm in love.
Burger King. Come on over. The fire's ready.
Major League Baseball on Fox, presented by Radio Shack, is brought to you by GTX High Mileage. It helps older cars feel young again. And by GMC. We are professional grade. And here is today's game summary brought to you by GMC Professional Grade. And Tim Wakefield with 6 shutout innings. Roger Clemens knocked out in the 4th inning. And the last complete game shutout for Wakefield was against the Seattle Mariners 6 years ago, and the Red Sox with the big inning, the 4th, with 6 runs. As you know, the Red Sox have outscored the Yankees 54-27 in the games at Yankee Stadium. That's kind of unheard of when you're playing the Bombers here.
Man. Tim Wakefield, we mentioned earlier, a rookie with the Pittsburgh Pirates back in 1992. In fact, he could have been the most valuable player in the National League Championship Series were it not for Francisco Cabrera, who got the hit to drive in Sid Bream. The 2-run single in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. And Atlanta went to the World Series in '92. They lost to Toronto. But Tim Wakefield with a marvelous NLCS his rookie year, winning 2 games and losing none.
And he'll do whatever you ask of him. Back in '99, when Tom Gordon went down with an injury, Wakefield was asked to go to the bullpen as the Red Sox closer and ended up with 15 saves that year. And he is the senior member of this Red Sox team, is Tim Wakefield, and he'll be facing Jorge Posada, Aaron Boone, and Hideki Matsui here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Yankees have had 3 hits in the game, 1 each in the last 3 innings. And Posada 0 for 2, leading it off. Ball 1 to Posada. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. Same location, same pitch, 2 balls, no strikes. Well, Tim Wakefield right up there in appearances in Red Sox history, led by Bob Stanley, Roger Clemens, Ellis Kinder, and Tim Wakefield in the 4th spot. And Wakefield falls behind 3-0, exhibiting terrific control, but he has walked batters in each of the last 2 innings. There's a strike, 3-1. And now the Red Sox bullpen stirs once more. Nobody on, nobody out. 3-1 pitch, ball 4, and the leadoff walk to Posada. And the Yankees with the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd straight inning, trailing by 7 runs. Well, here's today's Sprint Virtual Manager question. We're going to give you the results. What is your favorite moment in Red Sox-Yankees history? Bucky Dent's home run, the ALCS in '99, the brawl in '76 between Lou Piniella and Carlton Fisk. I think Bill Lee was around there as well, if I'm going to say. And Clemens and Pedro hooking up on May 28, 2000. And we'll show you this, and we have time to do it as Dave Wallace goes to the mound to talk to Tim Wakefield.
Well, Wakefield has pitched out of trouble the last 2 innings. He had 2 on in the 5th inning, and then got 2 fly balls to get out of it. And then he had 2 on in the 6th inning, and the huge double play on the check swing by Bernie Williams, and he got out of it. And Grady Little's probably thinking rightly, in my view, that how many times does he have to pitch out of something? You might as well get him some help.
Mike Timlin up for the 2nd time, and Alan Embry for the 1st.
I think it's interesting to note, Dick, that knuckleball pitchers are never taken out of games because of fatigue.
Or the number of pitches thrown.
Nah, forget about it. I mean, Tim Wakefield could throw 300 pitches today.
And he's not bad at 92 here.
The reason knuckleball pitchers are taken out is strictly ineffectiveness. They never get tired. I mean, he could come back and start tomorrow if they wanted to.
Aaron Boone bounces one to shortstop. Garcia Parra over to 2nd for 1, and that's all. And Posada doing a terrific job of taking out Todd Walker at 2nd base. And the double play. They got the double play. He got re-released at the time.
Look at Posada. That high bounce to Garcia Parra allowed Posada to get down on top of Todd Walker, but he takes him out too late, and Aaron Boone just out at 1st base. So another key double play for Wakefield.
And fooled your play-by-play announcer in the process.
Right. Hey, it was very close at 1st base, but a happy Tim Wakefield doesn't care.
Here's Hideki Matsui, 1 for 2 with a single to center field. So the Red Sox with double plays in each of the last 2 innings. And a call strike, 1 and 2 to Matsui with 2 out. Wakefield's last victory was on August the 3rd against the Baltimore Orioles. He had 4 no decisions before losing to Roger Clemens last Sunday at Fenway Park. But prior to those games, he had won 3 straight.
That's interesting because the 2 top pitchers for the Red Sox, Pedro Martinez and Tim Wakefield, if Wakefield wins this game, we'll have only 21 wins.
Grounder into right field for a base hit past the diving Todd Walker. So Matsui with a 2-out hit. But again, the Yankees needing base runners, and those double plays not helping their cause to try to at least, dent the Red Sox here, trailing by 7-0. Well, Major League Baseball is giving away World Series tickets for life and other great prizes. Winning hologram numbers will be announced during games 1 through 4 of the 2003 World Series on Fox. Visit your neighborhood Radio Shack store for your chance to win. And we had Ozzie Smith up earlier in the game. Great to see the Wizard as he talked about that great program of lifetime World Series tickets. Enrique Wilson on the first pitch, skies to center field. Johnny Damon back to make the play, and that'll do it. The Yankees get another hit, but victims of another double play. We move to the 8th. It is still 7-0 Red Sox.
Walt is spending some time with his 2 uncles.
Maybe we should have called first.
And it's going to be a summer
Nice doggy.
he'll never forget.
Is it okay if I watch television?
Ain't got one.
No television? Hey!
No TV. Michael Caine, Robert Duvall, and Haley Joel Osment.
Who do you think you are? Just dumb kid. Don't kill him.
Secondhand Lions, directed by Tim McCandless.
You're gonna have to start acting your age.
Rated PG. Special sneak preview Sunday, September 14th.
We're here to learn how to trust our wireless phones, which is hard because we've all been hurt before, haven't we? Johnny? We're accepting that our phones are unreliable, that some features work here and not over there. That's not helping. Try hugging the phone, not choking it.
Okay.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go on the most complete all-digital wireless network in the nation.
Like voicemail and email?
Even clear calls. I think we just made a breakthrough.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
There are ordinary disposable razors, but now there's new Sensor 3 from Gillette. Totally new handle, 3 blades, on springs that adjust to your face. No disposable shaves better. It could be the best disposable you ever threw away. New Gillette Sensor 3.
I have brown hair. I'll be in a black dress. How will I know you?
I'm 5'11" with graying, salt and pepper. With brown hair.
Just for Men hair color rejuvenates hair. It's vitamin enriched. In 5 easy minutes, gray is shampooed away. It brings back a confident, natural look.
You look exactly like I imagined.
So, where do we go from here?
Your PC or mine?
Just for Men, the Rejuvenator.
Parcells and the Cowboys take on a Falcon team with something to prove. Fox NFL Sunday returns tomorrow.
Did he have her consent?
That's how we like it.
Or was it assault?
It was a rape.
From David E. Kelly.
I didn't rape her.
One student who won't step up.
I didn't get raped.
One teacher who won't back down.
I'm going to the police.
The season premiere of Boston Public on its new night, Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Here's Kevin Millar swinging at the first pitch here in the 8th inning and popping it up. Nick Johnson coming on in, calling for it, and makes the catch in foul territory. So Millar with a home run and a single, characterizing his Red Sox teammates this way.
We have the same personality. It's a bunch of dirtbags, a bunch of blue-collar guys, not big-name guys. I mean, we filter in with the Manny Nomar and Pedros. Your Billy Millers, your Todd Walkers, your Ortiz, myself. I think, and now we pick up a guy, Gabe Kapler, who has done nothing but help this team. It's a bunch of guys with the same personality, and there's 25 Eagles on every team, but with the chemistry that we have here, you can't buy that.
Here's Trot Nixon, and a strike to him.
It's one of the few sports, or one of the few occupations, when you can refer to yourself as a dirtbag and have it be a compliment.
Well, you look at some of the batting, if you look at Manny Ramirez's batting helmet, you know that that's hit the dirt a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, they are an uncharacteristically close Red Sox team, because it applies to the Red Sox more than any other team for whatever reason. The 25 cabs, 25 guys, as Wakefield is leaving.
Embry and Timlin were warming up. Two strikes to Trot Nixon with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. And the pitch high and away. The last time that Tim Wakefield threw 7 shutout innings was last September against the Cleveland Indians. So this has got to be a high water mark for him today, especially in this important game against the Yankees on the road. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out to Nixon. That's in the dirt. Joe West, who was the home plate umpire last night, Cowboy Joe West. Now you see the Red Sox fans with something to cheer about, and the Yankee fans can only sit and watch.
Red Sox fans already mimicking Yankee fans with "Let's go Red Sox." Right. You knew that was going to surface.
Yep. What's been amazing is the ease in which the Red Sox have handled the Yankees in the first 2 games of the series.
Pummeled them.
Yep. Line drive to center field and a base hit for Trot Nixon, his first hit of the ball game. And for the Red Sox, their 9th hit overall, so they had 14 hits last night. Osuna with the first hit he has given up. This is the 2nd inning of work. Roger Clemens started. Gave up 7 runs and 7 hits and was knocked out in the 4th inning. Hammond worked 2 innings. Heredia 2/3 of an inning. And here's Bill Miller 1 for 3 with a base hit going the opposite way. Ground ball through the hole. Base hit to right field. Holding at second is Nixon. Red Sox with back-to-back hits. That's their 10th of the game. And runners at first and second with 1 away.
Well, it's an interesting situation right now. Mel Stottlemyre, the Yankee pitching coach, out to talk to Osuna. If indeed Tim Wakefield is out of the game, and we saw the handshakes apparently looking like he was going to be gone, why not pinch hit Jason Varitek for Mirabelli in this situation and try to pick up more runs? Perhaps Grady Little feels like 7's enough, but with all of the problems that the Red Sox have had with their bullpen this year, from April to the present day, no amount of runs is enough.
That's true, and especially since Kevin Millar called Jason Varitek one of the dirtbags. You know, why shouldn't he come into the game?
Yeah, I mean, to play 2 innings, I know Grady's trying to give Varitek an off day, but to play 2 innings, you've had the better part of the game off. One thing into his thinking, Mirabelli, by catching, you talked about rhythm and flow and cadence between a pitcher and a catcher. He does know the cadence of this game, and perhaps that's what he's thinking. But from an offensive standpoint, Varitek would clearly be the move right here.
It would seem so. Meanwhile, Mirabelli, who has doubled and walked in 3 trips, taking ball 1. Lou Merloni, you saw, has gone in a pinch run for Bill Miller. Trot Nixon, the runner at second base. And the pitch down low, 2-0 to Mirabelli with the top of the order, Johnny Damon, waiting to hit. The Red Sox have wrapped out 7 runs on 10 hits. And I'll tell you one thing, if they didn't know before, they know by now, and I had a feeling they knew. The Red Sox giving the Yankees more than a scare in this race. Fastball fouled away, and Red Sox can hold their huge lead here. They will move to within a game and a half of first place in the American League East and 2 games in the loss column. The Yankees have led in the division since June 11th.
It is such an uncharacteristic position for both organizations. The Red Sox as chasers and the Yankees as those being chased. The Yankees aren't used to that, neither are the Red Sox.
And I'll tell you what's really stunning too, the way the Red Sox have played this week after the hardening losses at home. Their home record is pretty solid. Road, only 2 games over 500. They went on a big 9-game road trip. Okay, they beat Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, they beat the White Sox twice, and on their way to capturing the first 2 games against the Yankees. Pretty solid for a team that was shaky away from Fenway Park. Pitches outside, and a full count now, 3-2 to Mirabelli, with 2 on and 1 out for the Red Sox here in the 8th inning.
Similar situation earlier in the game. Grady Little sent the runners. I would imagine he'll do the same thing right here.
Mirabelli will be looking to make contact. The runners don't go, and a pop-up into shallow right field. Soriano is there to make the catch, and the runners did not go, and they'll get back to the bag, and there are 2 gone here in the 8th inning.
I don't understand Grady's thinking right there. He sends the runners with Mirabelli facing Roger Clemens. And now Osuna comes in the game, who doesn't throw as hard as Clemens, and he holds the runners.
Joe Torre out to the mound, and we're going to see Gabe White come into the game. Another Yankee who joined the club in the last month or so.
A traditional family. She's a good kid.
I'm a great.
She's a great kid. With an untraditional business.
Golden owns over 800 internet sites.
Chain of gentlemen's clubs.
He's also one of the mayor's largest contributors.
You're donating $10 million? I had a very good day today. This fall.
I don't care if he pays the mayor's mortgage. Let's take him down.
True love.
What's he do?
My father? He works for the city.
Is about to tear them apart.
His father is the district attorney.
He wants to destroy my business. He wants to ruin our family.
From executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
You can't tell me not to see him!
Skin. A new series, Mondays, Fox Fall. This fall, welcome to small town America.
Join me?
Don't smoke, sir.
Oh, it's string cheese.
Fox style.
Well, actually, I can't eat this. I'm lactose intolerant.
What's the worst that could happen?
Cardiac arrest. I could die, sir.
Come on, one little piece.
Norm Macdonald stars.
I came here to live a simple life.
You came to the wrong place.
In a Minute with Stan Hooper, a new comedy coming Wednesdays, Fox Fall. This fall, Fox asks the important question. Who would ever have said I do to this woman?
That man was devastated when I left.
Was he devastated like this?
Friday, September 19th, meet the guy who was once crazy enough to get hits to Wanda.
Could you just toast the bottom bun? Not the whole bun, because it's too crunchy to scratch my throat up.
Just spitting my food right here.
Dave Chappelle guest stars on Wanda.
Shut it off, ex-dummy.
Season premieres Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Parcells and the Cowboys take on a Falcon team with something to prove. Fox NFL Sunday returns tomorrow.
A gorgeous shot of Yankee Stadium, filled but not loud, I might add, from afar, as the Yankees getting shellacked to the tune of 7-0, and now the fifth pitcher of the afternoon, Gabe White, coming in. Those are his numbers. Also came from the Cincinnati Reds in the Aaron Boone deal when he joined the Pinstripes.
Yeah, there are a lot of things Joe Torre can do, left-righting a lineup, and a good lineup against which to do it. That is not the problem right now with the Yankees. It's scoring runs. Their pitching is fine. It's better than the Red Sox.
Johnny Damon, 1 for 4 with a single and a run driven in. He's knocked in 58 on the season and goes the other way, and a base hit through the hole in left field. Trot Nixon rounds third, and the play at the plate, and Nixon's safe.
What a great slide by Nixon. Whenever you see base runners coming in from second base, they almost always slide to the outside. That's what catchers try to do. Push them outside. Watch Nixon come inside and touch the plate with his hand. Great slide by Nixon to extend the Red Sox lead.
And that is an unusual. Usually you see the hook slides, you've seen various, but not coming from the inside.
No, you almost never see a runner score from second base going to the inside.
So Damon with his second run batted in of the game. Runners at first and second. Merlone went to second with 2 out, and here's Todd Walker, who's 1 for 3, driven in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 6-run 4th inning when the Red Sox sent 11 men to the plate. So good hustle there by Trot Nixon. Fouled off, 1-1.
The one caveat to coming inside right there, and how unusual it was that Posada, the throw did take Posada down the line, down the third baseline. So in some ways, Nixon read off the catcher where he went. And once he saw him outside, he went inside. Very, very good slide by Nixon. One more time. You're the base runner at second base. You see the catcher outside, and you go inside. Just to catch the plate with his left hand.
Any other maneuver, he would have been out.
That's right.
Red Sox leading 8-0, and here's a drive hit deep to right field and way back, and it's gone. Todd Walker with a home run. And the Red Sox, pouring salt on the wound, get 3 more and lead 11-0 on Todd Walker's 11th home run of the season. And that was out of here as soon as it left the bat. Three-run blast, and the Yankee fans may be making their way to the exits, but the Red Sox fans enjoying it all and giving their visitors a standing ovation.
What curse?
Easy now.
I'm saying that kidding, but HBO has a special called The Curse of the Bambino. And one of the people that is interviewed on the show, I don't know when it's going to premiere, and that's HBO's problem, but it's a great show. And one of the guys who's interviewed on the show says, being a Red Sox fan is like watching The Wizard of Oz and see Dorothy and Toto die. That's a lot of years of bad stuff, and a lot of years have happened to this team. The last World Championship coming in 1918.
That's 85 years. That's a lot of years that the Red Sox have not won the title.
Funny thing, the Red Sox won 5 of the first 15 World Series played from 1903 to 1918. Since then, nothing.
I was going to say that's before the designated hitter.
Long before it.
Chasing it is Nick Johnson, reaching in and makes the catch. Nick Johnson makes the catch, and that'll do it. But Todd Walker's 3-run homer adds to the Red Sox lead, 11-0.
I'm sorry, I was driving too fast.
No, really, totally my fault.
The good thing is we're okay.
There's so many more important things in life.
If I'm not mistaken, you must be gelling like a felon.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are made from the softest gel ever created. If you and your shoes don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back. Guaranteed.
Come on, move it!
Listen to that yelling. He's so not gelling.
Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Hi, what can I get for less than $3?
A Burger King cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke, double cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke, or triple cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke.
3 fire-grilled meals, each under $3. Burger King. Come on over. The fire's ready.
Were you in a major accident? Are you a lemon? You smell like a lemon.
Carfax has the history of the car you're looking at. Get a Carfax report from your dealer or go to Carfax.com and get the truth about used cars.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamond, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
For 15 years, Cops has brought you the most dramatic stories on television. Now on the season premiere, it's the biggest drama yet. A man takes a woman hostage.
He's threatening to use a knife on her.
And cops risk their lives to save her. Don't miss it.
Major League Baseball on Fox, presented by Radio Shack, is brought to you by Radio Shack, official sponsor of Major League Baseball. By Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles. Are you gelling yet? By Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision Picture phones. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. And aerial coverage of today's game is courtesy of Saturn and the Saturn Light Chip. Keep your eye on the sky when the Light Chip visits a major sporting event near you. Well, the Red Sox with an 11-0 lead, and Tim Wakefield through for the day, and what a performance for him today in clutch situations. As Wakefield, who was beaten last Sunday at Fenway Park, comes back and allows no runs on 3 hits in 7 innings, and giving way to Mike Timlin, here in the 8th inning. And some replacements for the Red Sox in 3 of the 4 infield spots and also in left field. Gabe Kapler is the new left fielder. Damian Jackson moves in for Nomar Garcia-Parra at shortstop. And the first pitch to Kareem Garcia is ball 1. There's Lou Merlone, the third baseman, who came in to pinch run in the previous inning. And Andy Abad is the new first baseman. He was one of the players brought up when the rosters expanded. And Mike Timlin, 6-4 on the year, and Garcia hits a fly ball deep to center field. And there is Johnny Damon in center field to make the catch. He has had a busy day. Garcia would know it best of all because 3 times today he has flied out to Johnny Damon. And Enrique Wilson also has gone Damon's way. In fact, the bottom third of the order has hit it to Damon 8 times, including a couple of base hits in his direction. So there's 1 out here in the 8th inning, and Alfonso Soriano 1 for 3 coming up. New catcher is Bill Hasselman. So the Red Sox making wholesale changes, and why not with an 11-0 lead. And this game, you'd have to say, is in hand, even with their bullpen. Are we jumping to conclusions?
Well, you better with an 11-run lead in the 8th inning. You can't jump to conclusions then. When can you?
Right. Timlin, 6'4", 210 pounds. And Soriano fouls it off, and the count is 1-1.
Dick, you mentioned the 8 putouts that Johnny Damon has in center field. If you can do that to any team in this ballpark, because it's 318 down the left field line, 314 down the right field line, a paradise for left-handed hitters. If you can make them hit the ball in the center of the field, then you're going to have much more success, because not a lot of the Yankee hitters have that kind of power.
Line drive to right field, coming in and making the catch. And another big play in right field by Trot Nixon. Very underrated outfielder, Trot Nixon, and getting the jump. Doesn't have a world of speed on the base pass, but he took off on the pitch.
And a fine play by Nixon. Well, this Red Sox team playing with an awful lot of confidence. And again, playing like the Yankees have played for so many years in this ballpark. Almost like they ought to switch uniforms.
Right, they used to beat you with the glove, solid pitching, and then getting enough runs to win. And here is Nick Johnson, fouls off the first pitch for a strike. Last weekend at Fenway Park, it was the Nick Johnson show, getting 4 hits in one of the games. Red Sox couldn't get him out. He was 0 for 4 last night and 0 for 2 with a walk today. And the pitch down low. 2 out, nobody on base in the bottom of the 8th inning. One and one with 2 down. 1-2 now to Nick Johnson. You know, you talked about how the Yankee pitching has been decent, but you know, the last time that a starter has won back-to-back starts, Andy Pettitte last Saturday against the Red Sox, and then on the Orioles his previous start, they haven't had consistent starting pitching when you really come down to it. Wells, Clemens, Contreras, and Messina.
Well, Messina, of course, and Andy Pettitte beaten last night. David Wells, the real problem in the starting rotation right now. Some comments from Mel Stottlemyre about not working, pitching between starts. Well, he'll pitch tomorrow.
1-2-3 inning for Mike Timlin, and we will return to New York after a break from your local Fox station.
On the season premiere of America's Most Wanted, it's a pursuit you have to see to believe. A man takes police on one of the most violent chases ever, then does the impossible. He gets away. America's Most Wanted season premiere next Saturday on Fox.
What's the best car deal right now? 2003 Kia Spectras at Van Sickle. Just $179 a month with no money down, and that includes your sales tax. Just $179 a month for all this equipment plus balance of the 5-year, 60,000-mile full factory warranty. No wonder Van Sickle is the #1 program car dealer in Bangor. You owe it to yourself to see how much you can save at Van Sickle Lincoln Mercury Kia Suzuki.
Your favorite hobby. Cars, trucks, planes, trains. For these and many more, check out Croft Hobbies at 514 Broadway, Bangor, almost under I-95. With 15 years of hobby experience, Bob Croft Jr. offers knowledge and service that's so hard to find. And special orders, no problem. Find gas and electric radio-controlled cars, plastic model kits. You really should visit if you're into hobbies. There's so much to see. Come to Croft Hobbies at 514 Broadway, Bangor. Croft Hobbies enhances your leisure time.
Hi, Buff. Hi, Electra. I've been working all those big commercial jobs. Where have you been?
I've been taking care of families all over Central Maine.
Did you realize Central Maine Cleaning is celebrating its 25th anniversary?
Wow. I guess it does pay to be courteous, dependable, and caring about each client.
Wanna make a good impression? We'll show you how it's done. Call Central Maine Cleaning 990-3811.
Buying insurance is a personal decision, so why not deal with a real person? The Russell Patent Agency gives you that personal service. The Russell Patent Agency provides stability with over 180 years of combined experience. The friendly representatives at the Russell Patent Agency will work with you to find insurance that fits your needs and budget. Call us at 848-3326 or visit us on the Billings Road in Herman. Become our newest long-term customer. The Russell Patent Agency, 3 generations and growing, big enough to compete, small enough to serve you.
Gabe Kapler, a couple of Gabes out there as Kapler went into left field replacing Manny Ramirez, and he takes a ball one. There is Drew Henson. Interesting story. The former Michigan All-American quarterback has been laboring, and that's perhaps an apt description in the last 2 years at Columbus. A lot of thought that maybe he'll go to the NFL. The Houston Texans drafted him. He wants to play and see whether he can make it in baseball, and he is up right now and for the first time in a Yankee uniform, and the Yankees paid heavily for him.
$17 million over 4 years for Drew Henson. He has not been a success yet, nor has he shown signs that he will be a success. There's a long way to climb for the former Michigan shortstop, Michigan quarterback.
He might have played shortstop for the Wolverines
did at one time.
Why not? Here's the 2-1 to Kapler, fouled at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's what he did at Michigan. Pretty impressive. 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 57% completions. But he wanted to play baseball, and he wanted to play for the Yankees. And he has penchant to strike out a lot at Columbus, and he's still trying to give it. A lot of people thought that perhaps maybe he's given up on baseball, and he denies that.
Not true, so he says. Drafted by, I believe, Houston. Is that correct?
Texans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, not a bad club to be drafted by, because this is an expansion club, you know, and you want to get a young player, but
and I guess the only thing bad about drafting a guy like Drew Henson is it's bad to draft a quarterback when he wants to play baseball.
He was drafted on the 6th round by the Texans. 2 balls and 2 strikes and a pop-up behind the plate. David Carr was the sensational rookie quarterback drafted. As you look at Michel Hernandez making his major league debut as well behind the plate here in the top of the 9th inning. Carr right now the quarterback of the future for the Houston Texans. Used to be a team called the Dallas Texans, who moved to Baltimore and became the Baltimore Colts.
Oh, is that the old American Football League or no?
Well, it was it was before the National Football League was what it is today. It was in fact, the Dallas Texans were paid by the league to exist.
Well, the New York Yankees are not paid by the league to exist. They're paid by George Steinbrenner.
No.
Who had some very interesting remarks in all the papers today, but particularly the New York Post. and pointedly an article by Joel Sherman. And Joel said in the article it was a one-on-one interview. Predictably, in some ways.
Fly ball to center field. Bernie Williams, 1 out.
And perhaps more than some ways, that with the Yankees playing poorly, the Red Sox closing in. This is one of the quotes from George Steinbrenner last night to Joel Sherman. A few guys out there are making a lot of money and not producing. A few guys need a kick in the butt to get going. Pointedly at Joe Torre, we can't be hugging players when they are doing dumb things. Maybe the hugging time is over. We need to get tough. We need to get tough. If we need to get tough, the conversation not to Joe Torre, it's just very strange. And to think, the last quote, I think they better be a little uneasy. I think he was talking about the coaching staff in particular there. But to think that this takes the pressure off the Yankees at a time when they need support. I mean, what could George Steinbrenner be thinking?
Good point. David McCarty is the pinch hitter here, and the interesting thing is that you know, sometimes you get the feeling, I do, that you have a sort of a football mentality on a sport where you need to relax. I mean, in golf, you wouldn't tell anyone now is not the time that, you know, you don't want to tighten up in golf, and I don't think you want to tighten up in baseball either. I think you want to be relaxed to do the job.
All right, Tiger, you better sink this putt or else, buddy.
That's right. I think that
you better birdie this hole, and you're in for it.
It'll go 8 feet past the hole. At least mine would.
Well, in football, you have a football mentality. You know, and you rarely, with the possible exceptions of Jerry Jones and Bill Parcells, but Jerry Jones is not going to say anything to Bill Parcells what and wouldn't think this year. But I mean, what other sport do you have the mentality of an owner like George Steinbrenner in the Yankees?
I don't even see it in football, you know.
Don't you?
No, I don't. I don't see a toe the line. You better do it, and I expect you to. I don't see that. And the other thing is, and I've always said it, and there you see the list of Yankee World Championships. I don't know why things are public.
Yeah, right. I mean, exactly. Talk about airing your dirty underwear or dirty whatever.
2-2 grounder is foul, but you know what? It makes for great fodder, you know.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, around the area.
Well, our colleagues with the written media, I mean, they love it. You kidding?
Yeah.
And they're doing their jobs. I mean, you know, the guy's going to be quoted. They're going to quote him. You can book that.
3-2. And, you know, the easy thing to do is always say, you know, blame the media. You know what? The media can run with a quote, can run with a story. They have the right to do that because, you know, that's, you know, people want to read about that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, you can't use that as an excuse. Popped up to the shortstop. And Enrique Wilson makes the catch for out number 2. Well, here is today's great feat of the game, presented by Dr. Scholl's, and it came in the 4th inning when Nomar Garciaparra sparked a 6-run 4th. That's when the Red Sox decided this game. 2-run homer, his 24th of the year off of Roger Clemens, as the Red Sox sent 11 men to the plate, scored 6 runs, and knocked him from the mound en route to another breather here against the Yankees. How often do the Red Sox come to New York in September, 2 big games, trying to chase the pinstripes and have a couple of breathers like they have, as Andy Abad, with his first trip to the plate today, fouls off the first pitch.
One footnote to that lad, Dan Shaughnessy, another respected writer with the Boston Globe, had this to say about Manny Ramirez. Hey, don't look to the media that it's the media's fault, because your teammates are the ones who are upset about Manny's antics. Not trying to be alliterative there, but his antics for 4 days last weekend.
And going down is Abad, and a 1-2-3 inning for Gabe White. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox leading 11-0.
This fall, take a break with the guy who just can't seem to catch one.
I have a nicer building if you would have given birth to a shortstop like a Dominican woman's supposed to. He'd be playing for the Yankees right now.
Please, he'd be half Puerto Rican. He'd be too lazy to practice.
Introducing Louie. Premieres Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Who would ever have said I do to Wanda?
That man was devastated when I left.
Was he devastated like this?
Dave Chappelle guest stars on the season premiere Friday, September 19th on Fox.
Weeknights, the biggest stars are on the best damn sports show, period.
Yeah! Fire in living color. Please welcome Samuel Jackson. Armin Electra. Chad. Ashton Kutcher. I'm excited.
It's show business. It's entertainment.
Mike Tyson.
Am I going to say this? Like the best damn sports show?
Yeah!
Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Fox NFL Sunday is back. Parcells is ready to turn things around in Big D, while the Falcons are out to prove they're not a one-man team. Fox NFL Sunday returns tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
Here is today's Good Hands play of the game, presented by Allstate. And it was Yankee third baseman Aaron Boone on a very tough play to handle. Ball spun away, and he said, "Did you see that?"
Did
well,
you
we
see
saw
that?
it. Yeah, and we gave him the Allstate Good Hands defensive play of the game as a result. Of course, I think that swayed the voters, don't you?
The point is, we saw that.
Casey Fossum is on the mound for the Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Fossum, the left-hander who has been up and down this year, was recalled on Monday. He's the second youngest player on the team at age 25, and the Red Sox were reluctant to give him up in what would have been a deal.
Reluctant to trade a guy. Number one, he's a left-hander, and he's a left-hander with good stuff. Sent down to Pawtucket, the AAA affiliate of the Red Sox, for a time.
And he'll be facing Bernie Williams. First pitch fouled off to the right. Late start for the catcher Hasselman, and going over the first baseman Abed.
I'll tell you, Dick, the more I think about it, all eyes point toward tomorrow. The Yankees and the Red Sox, and the Red Sox will be a game and a half out. It will be Jeff Suppan against David Wells. And what a story that's going to be with David Wells and all the trouble he's been in lately. Matter of fact, he's suing the young man who hit him, a civil suit against him, to add to all of the problems surrounding this vortex around the Yankees right now, with Steinbrenner's remarks, David Wells' performance, shelled in his last outing against the Toronto Blue Jays.
And he feels that this is going to be the curtain closer for him.
He does, from what I've read. I did not talk to him, but I've read that.
Well, I did get a chance to talk to him before the game, and he says, you know, I'm going to do, this is going to be it for me, and I'm going to do what I can. And he probably, more than any Yankee, has undergone all of the, you know, a lot of it of his own doing away from the field.
Came out with a book this spring, which was bad timing. Not that it would ever be good timing.
Ball 4, Bernie Williams draws a leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. Louis Soho is going to be coming up. Louis Soho, who managed in the AA Farm Club for the Yankees and was in the Mexican League, hadn't played in the last 2 years. And an ovation for Soho, very popular player, played on the championship clubs in recent years for them, and here he is, suited up and playing. There, the fans giving Soho, who played in the Old Timers game this year. How many guys play in an Old Timers game and in the same year are activated?
What a great story. A guy who was the last hitter in the game when the Yankees clinched the World Series, their last one against the New York Mets in 2000. It was Luis Soho with the base hit up the middle A diving Ray Ordonez off Al Leiter. And the Yankees won their 26th World Championship.
Lou Merloni handles this in foul territory for the first out. Well, the NFL returns to Fox tomorrow with a big doubleheader. Now, the #1 pregame show, Terry, Howie, Jimmy, get you ready for the NFL kickoff 2003. JB will be hosting it. Rams, Giants, the featured first game. Falcons, Cowboys in the nightcap. And it all starts at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. As you see Giant Stadium in the background, a very big game as the Rams with Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk healthy go against the Giants, who expect so much from their offense this time around, as Michel Hernandez, for his first at-bat, takes the ball one from Casey Fossum. And then, of course, Atlanta and Dallas, as Bill Parcells begins his coaching career with the Dallas Cowboys, and he's been a winner everywhere he's been. And a lot of people think that they're going to be a little better than people anticipated when he first got there. One out to Hernandez, and the pitch inside. Drew Henson, by the way, is on deck, so we may get a chance to see Henson with his first major league at bat.
How many times do you see the New York Yankees in September field 2 hitters in a row, their first major league at bat? Hernandez and Henson.
And not with the lead. 11-0. The Red Sox with a single run on the second, 6 in the fourth, 4 in the 8th, and there's Henson in the on-deck circle. 11 runs on 12 hits. The Yankees no runs on 4 hits and an error, and 3 home runs off of the Red Sox bats. Started with Kevin Millar's solo homer as Hernandez walks Williams to second with 1 out, and then the 2-run homer by Garcia Parra, and then Todd Walker with a 3-run blast in the 8th, and Drew Henson comes to the plate. And this is the way the series has gone. Talk about Boston Massacre. 20 runs to 3. The Red Sox have the edge. 26 hits to 11. So runners at first and second. Henson actually did get up last year and had 1 at-bat, so this is not his debut. But it's his first at-bat against the Red Sox, and he's going to make it a brief one. Flies out to Damian Jackson, and there are 2 down. 2 down with 2 men on.
By the way, that one footnote to the last graphic that we had up there, that 25th anniversary of the Boston Massacre. No, folks, you have not. Your history is right. The original Boston Massacre happened several centuries before that, but we were referring to the 4-game series when the Yankees went up to play Don Zimmer's Red Sox and beat them 4 in a row and just destroyed the Red Sox at Fenway Park. And then the Bucky Dent home run about a month later. And remarkably, a team that was 14 back, the Yankees, caught the Red Sox that year and then won the World Series. The Red Sox hoping that they could do the same thing this year.
Fernando Seguinal, who has not played in 3 games since having his contract purchased from Columbus, is the batter. So when they expanded the rosters, we are seeing all of the expansion rosters in the last inning or so here in this game. 2 down and 2 on, an 11-0 lead. Casey Fossum trying to close it out as Seguinal fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes.
One of those spandex games.
X-spandex. Well, the Yankees lead is going to be cut to a 1.5 games and 2 in the loss column. And who would have thunk it after last Sunday's events at Fenway Park? Startling, but the Red Sox apparently mean business. And the Red Sox right on the Yankees' heels. They do not fade away, and now very much in this thing. And you pointed out, Tim, the Yankees also have to be concerned about making the playoffs if the Red Sox do pass them. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and it's fouled out of play. And as you also pointed out, the team schedules are virtually even with the teams they have to play down the stretch. I will say that the Yankees have a number of games against the Orioles, as do the Red Sox, but the Red Sox have stumbled against Baltimore this year, winning only 5 of 12, so that could be a factor.
Well, Baltimore playing the Yankees tough the last time they faced them. Each team plays Tampa Bay. Each team has a series with the White Sox. The Yankees play Detroit, and Boston plays Cleveland. And here it is right here, that one makeup game against the Toronto Blue Jays. That will be Monday at 1:05. We used the word delicious earlier, and it is going to be a delicious September. Oof, what a bill of fare that baseball has to offer.
Well, the Yankees knew the Red Sox couldn't take the lead in the race if they swept it, but they could come awfully close. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. But who expected this? 9-3 Red Sox routing Pettit last night, leading 11-0, routing Clemens in this one as Hernandez gets a piece of it to stay alive. Red Sox not only trying to catch the Yankees, but stay ahead of the Seattle Mariners, who play this evening against the Orioles in Baltimore. 2-2 pitch way high. To Seguinal. There are the standings with the Red Sox win 1.5 behind. Hard to believe in the last 15 games they have made up 6. That's catching up in a hurry, and of course they'd extend their lead momentarily to 1 in the wild card. Here's the 3-2 pitch. The runners go. Strike 3, and the game is over. And the Red Sox rout the Yankees 11-0 as Tim Wakefield throws 7 scoreless innings and beats Roger Clemens. And so for more information on today's game and for the latest information on Major League Baseball, go to foxsports.com. And so for Tim McCarver, I'm Dick Stockton saying so long from New York. And right now, here's Jeannie Zelasco and Kevin Kennedy in the Fox Television Center. So long, everybody.
Fox tonight. Cops go back to Bourbon Street for an hour of fun. With flashing? Sorry, Mom. And crowds out of control. Cops Mardi Gras. Then the modern-day Bonnie and Clyde was captured in South Africa. Be There As Most Wanted gives exclusive details of their arrest. America's Most Wanted. It all starts 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.